Hey, what's up, gang? It's Adam from the CommanderSmiths and got a little spotlight action for you tonight. Working on Storm Force of Nature. A quick thing before we get started with this deck. I don't like to make the typical decks of like, hey, let's do this deck and like everybody else is doing. So I try to have like a little fun twist. And actually, with the help of Lowry on this one, this is actually going to be a secret mill deck. So there's only 3 mill cards in the entire deck, but the amount of draw that you're doing because of all the storm action and everything that's happened with the card itself, you can hit one of those 3. And if you hit one of those 3, typically if you're able to cast one of them with the storm effects and all that, it's pretty much game over. So I'd say this is more of like a glass cannon kind of commander. I am working on a landfall one with storm as well. I still have about, I think it's about 15 cards to cut in that deck. And I'm still tweaking it to see, because I really want the landfall to be a part of it. So I might be doing a deck with that one as well, a deck tech on that. But right now we're doing the mill one here. So let's get started on that. Really quick before we get started, see a little thumb that just popped up there? Hit that like button. That helps us out because there is some thumbs downers, some serial thumbs downers out there. Just like to do that to our video, so please help us out there. I know you hear it in every video, but it really does help us when you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. All right, so let's get started with Storm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the entire deck, kind of the idea of everything that's in it. And then the last about 10 minutes, I'll do some Goldfishing, so you can kind of see how this one flows out. I would say this deck typically goes off. This is a higher powered deck. But it typically goes off by 5 or 6. So by 5 or 6, the game is a lot of times over. But in that range, 5, 6, or 7 is where I normally see this one go off. Now that's if you're not dealing with any interaction, you know, you're doing Goldfishing and all that. But if you're letting her do her thing, this is just kind of nuts. Okay, so we have one colorless, green, blue, and red, flying vigilance, and she has whenever she deals combat damage to a player, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn has storm. So what it does is it counts every spell that was before that, makes a copy of that spell. So one of the ideas, the big thing behind this is I was going with multiple attacks, so you can get this to trigger more than once on a turn, or double strike type things. So the double strike, you can, how this would work, you can double storm, but what it does is it doesn't add to the count. So let's say she hits once and then hits again. When you cast your next instant or sorcery, let's say you have cast 4 spells before it, so it would count 5 times, right, for the first one, and it would count 5 times again for the second one. It wouldn't add an additional one, so it wouldn't go 5 and then 6. So that's the only difference. So what this deck is built on, as you can see, I have 22 right there. Oh wait, no, it's my sorceries. 28 instants in this and 22 sorceries. So what I kind of was thinking was when she'd hit the first strike, you could cast one of your instant spells to get those triggers. Then when she hits the second time, you can cast another spell and it will count that one. So let's do that same example. You have 4 spells, you cast that one on the first strike damage. Then, so you have 5 triggers. Then you cast your next one. That one would count for 6. So there's a couple angles you can go here, but I think what it ended up being is you're just trying to get down to that mill part. So let's go through it really quick. You're going to see the big dogs right away. These are the ones that are kind of the game winners of this. A Day of Dragons is what we like to call it. Chandra's Ignition. This is just a silly card in this deck. Even though she's not very strong, Chandra's Ignition is going to be a good way to clear the board because there isn't, like, look at, I have 8 creatures in this deck, including her. So this is a Voltron type deck, but it's not about her Voltroning to kill everybody. It's her hitting, playing all your spells. So you really don't have a lot of things to work with there. You're not really losing much with Chandra's Ignition. Now, I will say on the landfall one, which I shouldn't be telling you about that because I haven't made the video yet. That one, I have Chandra's in there. And that one works because that one's built on 1/1 counters and stuff. This does work with this. It's just not necessarily like gonna kill everybody unless you have those multiple triggers of probably 10 or more, then you're doing 30 points of damage. So she's not going to get bigger. I think I have maybe one spell in here that gets her power pumped up 1. So that's about it. But this is fantastic in this, especially if you get multiple triggers. Here's my 3 mill spell. So Fractured, Sanity. You can even cycle it, hit those 4, but if you do those 3, 14 cards, I mean, you only have to have that trigger a couple times for the game to be over. Funny thing about Maddening Cacophony, when I was playing this, fishing this out, the kicker part is almost worse when you have a lot of those triggers, because it's half in their library each time. You can't mill them out because it's just half, rounded up. So eventually they'll have 1 card in there, and you can't get rid of it. But if you do the other part, you just do the 2, that's still milling 8 cards. So if you get that to trigger multiple times, that's game over. You get 10 times and it's game over if you have that many triggers on stack. And it's not that hard to get 10 triggers on this because of the double strike. I'll mention this one, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Great card in this. It's exile instead of milling, but that's still great. When I've done it with this deck, on average, you're milling about 10 to 12 cards. Now that's for this deck. This is a lower CMC deck, so maybe it's a little less in other decks. But when you mix in land and stuff in there, you're hitting about 10 cards is typically what you're getting milled out. So they can these are all around that same range. You got 14 there, you got 8 here, and you got about 10 here. O'Hare, whatever, I should get my button up so I can't read it, because I can't, read. Oh, it's in my other... Where's my reading one? Kid can't even read. There we go.
Kid can't even read.
But this is fantastic because you can cast those spells to help 1 turn, and those spells will be recast. The instance will be recast on your next turn because they gain rebound. It's just an all-star in this deck. It's in both of the decks, versions of the deck. So these 2 cards are moving over to both decks. It's just great to have in these. And, I am playing 22 sorceries, but I got 28 instant spells. So this is going to be easily triggered off there. All right, so let's talk about the double strike, the multiple attacks. I do have this deck list below, so you can check it out. There's a huge sideboard because there is a lot. So you can see there's 39 cards in the sideboard because there was some that I have the extra turn attacks and all that. I ended up getting rid of that and focusing more on the spell slinging part of giving them double strike with the spells instead of the permanents that are in play that give the double strikes or the extra attack steps. So I just got rid of that, scrapped that all together. I was going to try to move it in with the landfall one, but I haven't found room for that yet. But if you wanted to, you can look at some of those cards down there as some alternatives in here. So basically, whole ton of double strike stuff. I love the ones with the drawing the cards on there. So we have 1, 2. I know there's at least 2 with a draw. Maybe not. This one's nice too because it has you can also do the copying the spell if you already have enough of the double strike. Roaming Throne is not a double strike, but it is having the triggers multiply. Your trigger is multiplying because it is a triggered ability, so it will do it twice. So it's kind of like having a double strike built in on it. This one could be fun if you make everybody get double strike, and then they're all attacking each other because they're goated. So great cards to have in here. There's only 8 of them in here, but you're going to hit these. Like I said, you're drawing a crap ton in this deck. 24 draw spells here. So we have a couple haste enablers. This dude, Archmage, and I'm sure you guys that have your spell slinger decks love your Archmage Emeritus, but this is fantastic with this storming. It's crazy because you get to draw for all the copies. Whereas the new one, the Archmage of Ruins, it's only on the cast. So the instant sorcery spells that you cast, you get to draw. So not another copies, but it's still great because this is reducing your instant and sorcery spells down 1. So here's all the stuff. I'm not going to go through them all here. I'm only going to pinpoint the ones that really make a difference. Big Score is really nice because you're gaining those treasures. Now, if this is the one that you're multiplying, it can really, really set you up for the next turn. What are some big dogs that I liked a lot when I was doing this? Oh, Frantic Search. Awesome. If you get this one to storm off, you're untapping all your lands. You're drawing a bunch of cards. You're filtering through to find your game winner with. So a lot of times what ends up happening is like turn 5, you do your first storm attack, because you try to get storm up by turn 3 or 4. Turn 5, you're swinging in. You do your first little combo thing to set up for the turn 6 turn or turn 7. So you're either getting the treasures, you're getting down to get that mill card. You're just getting everything kind of set up. So Jessica's Will. Whoa, love this card in here because I can't tell you how many times I've cast this, and just having it trigger 4 times is insane because you're going through 12 cards, and I'm just guesstimating. I'm like, all right, let's just say they have 5 cards in hand. You get basically an unlimited supply of your red land for, not unlimited, but you can cast everything that's there pretty much with the amount of floating mana you get there. Monomorphos, awesome. March of Reckless Joy. I haven't played this one, haven't got this one to go off when I've done it yet, but I feel like this one would be really nice because it does stay until your next turn, and you can ditch some of your red cards in hand to help reduce that cost by 2. So I think this one could be really cool, especially if it's multiplied. So with X triggers, if you cast 1 red, 5X, and then you're storming it, it counts each one. So it'll count that 5 every single time, just in case if people were wondering on that. Wheel of Fortune and Windfall. These are actually kind of funny. I've milled out with these because if you can get these to go multiple times, everybody's drawing and discarding, drawing and discarding, drawing and discarding. The cool thing is you draw, you have so many instant spells in this deck that you get those 7, you look at them, and you're like, all right, cast that, cast that, cast that. Now you discard, draw your next ones, and you're able to just keep going and flowing with this one. So love these 2 cards in here. Yes, I know Wheel of Fortune's very expensive, but if you got a copy of that, get that proxy out there and start playing with it. We got 7 protection spells. I did put the Lightning Greaves and the Swift Boots. I don't always do that, but I do want some haste enablers a little bit more than I have, because I think if we look up there again, I have 1, 2... No, not 3. So I only have 2 up there for haste enablers. Everything else, we got the 1-drop blues. I forgot to mention those. Your Ponders, your Ops, and Brainstorms. So I wanted these guys in there to help a little bit. So it'd be nice to get Storm in and attack. The problem is you don't need to do that. You really just want to protect her because you're spending the 4 to get her out. You really can't help your Storm count that much if she's attacking and doing damage. You really have to wait that turn. But these are great to have if, for the protection, but then also if she gets killed and you need it for late game and then you can cast. I'm more focused on, let's try to get this game done really quick. That's the idea of the whole deck. This one is more of like, hey, we have 1 game left tonight, guys. Let's make it a quick game. This is the deck I'm probably going to go for to try to make it a quick game. So we got our Gaia's Gift. I did a lot of stuff that gave it indestructible and hexproof. So those are the protection spells that I did throw in there. I did March of the Swirly Mist because you can use that to protect and then also to eliminate. You can get rid of somebody attacking you as well. And if you have those multiple triggers, you can phase out multiple people or multiple creatures from other people. So March of the Swirly Mist, great in this deck as well. Ramp. And this is what kind of got me going on why I wanted to make the landfall part. Because some of these, man, you hit with these Cultivates, Farseeks, Growth Spiral, but like the ones where you can go and search for any lands, like you go search for the lands and then you can do fetch lands and then fetch those, and like so it's like, oh man, landfall would be really good in this. So that's why I kind of have that one going. It'll be the first commander that I've built where I built 2 different versions of it. So we have the Signet. We have lower costing stuff here because these do add into your storm count. So yes, this is helping you ramp. This is helping you get some stuff out there, but if you get these late game, you can use that as your storm count. You tapped 1, get your Birds of Paradise. Well, there goes 1 storm count, so it's every spell that's cast that turn. So we stayed low on the end there. Mana Geyser, crazy if you get multiple hits on that. Same with Seething Song. And then Storm Kiln Artist, because this is also, again, casting copies. You get treasure tokens, and he gets bigger for all of those, for each artifact you control. So that's your big ramp package. There's quite a bit. There's a lot in here. 18. It's probably more than my normal. Let me see. What is my normal? I have it kind of hidden right now. So my normal, man, that's really small. Where is it? Protection, removal, Day of Dragons. Where's my damn? I'm gonna have to grab my card so I can actually see it. Recursion, pet cards. All right, so I have my card, my little cheat card that we made. 13 to 17. So I'm even over that. That's I'm higher than our normal, what our typical amount is. So I'm one over that normal. And I'm normally not that high. I'm normally on the low end of my ramp package. Removal, we don't have a lot. You're really trying to get your deck going to win the game here. Yes, Urza's for life. Thank you, Tad. So I don't have a ton because this you should be kind of killing, and you don't care about their creatures in this deck. You're just wanting to get Storm through and win the game. But again, Chandra's Ignition, Domri's Ambush, because this one's kind of nice because you put the 1/1 counter on it. Then it deals damage equal to its power. Target creature or planeswalker. It isn't fighting, which is very nice because then it's not killing your Storm, but you are able, if you're using this as your multiple, you can end up wiping the board that way. Electro Dominance. Now you can do that X. Here's the cool thing here is you could do that X, and this could be your multiplier, right? You do that X. Let's say the X is 5. Boom, you're hitting people to the face, but each copy, you're able to cast something for 5 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So if you have other things that can help you out there, drawing and all that stuff, boom, you're casting those for free. You're doing damage to the face. You're wiping creatures. It's just a great card to have in this deck here. And then we have Snap, which is very nice because of the untap part, and it's kind of like a little bit of removal because you're bouncing stuff back to their hand. So this is going to be a great one when you're getting that Storm count going, and everybody's kind of going nuts. So these are more like, yeah, there's only 4, and I don't have, and I have to see how this goes in the wild. I don't have any artifact and enchantment removal, which I try to have removal for everything, at least one in every deck. But this is probably a true form of glass cannon of just trying to win the game before the others do. But the thing is like I said, I only have 3 of the mill cards in this deck, and I hit them regularly because you're drawing so many cards. Again, you don't need as much because you're seeing so many cards throughout the deck. So that's why the 4 is plenty in here. I could probably throw a couple more in once I see how that actually plays in the wild. All right, so those are the secret mill cards. I already talked about those. I'm not going to go over too much with the lands because lands, everybody has what they have. I personally like playing, the duels, obviously, 5 fetches at least, the shocks, and the surveil lands. I like having all my fetchable stuff. We do have the channel lands in there, obviously, the blue and the green. I don't like the red one as much. Plaza Heroes, a little bit more protection. So you have more protection built in here, but that's pretty much it for my land base, and then 5, 5, and 5 for your basics. I do have a Cavern of Souls, just a little bit of more protection to get my commander out. I don't want to have to recast her again by getting countered and all that. So, all right, so that was quick. Boom, went through the deck really quick there, so that gives us more time to do some gold fishing. So let's jump over to that. And I'm going to get us to here, and let's shrink this down so we can actually see everything there. Okay, so to get gold fishing, I do want to start at least with 3 lands here. So we're just going to restart until we get a good 3 land. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good with our 3. Let's get our draw off of that one. So what do we got? We got Brainstorm there. We got our Growth Spiral. Okay, so we're just going to want to try to draw a card, put a land. Okay, so that'll get us going a little bit faster. So we're going to do a fetch land, and we are going to go get one of the Surveil lands. Or we could do... No, I like doing the Surveil lands. I just never remember their names. I wish they all had, like... I know, wait, Sewers is one. Oh, no, that's the black-green one, so that wouldn't be in that. What do we have with this one? Underground. I think that's one. Thundering Falls. We'll just take that one. How about that? That works. Thundering Falls. Close. Let's look at our top card. Oh, we like that as a top card, so we'll keep that there. Next turn. Boom. Let's throw that out there. We'll do a Growth Spiral. Draw a card. Play a land. All right, so we're sitting pretty for that turn. We're at 3. Next turn. Ooh, we didn't get that land, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. So let's do our Nature's Lore. And is that just a basic? No, it's a forest. Put on the battlefield and shuffle. So we do have 2 open. So in that, we have a lot of setup we can do here. Forest card. What are we missing? We have red, blue, blue, red. We have everything has 2. Oh no, we don't have. Let's get Taiga. There's a forest card. Goes into play. So now I have 2. We have our mill in hand, so we're kind of sitting nice and pretty there. But I do want to make sure. I'm not. Oh, I do want to protect. So we're going to do this. We're going to brainstorm. Yeah, because we're going to draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. We would there. So we'll have windswept there. And then we put 2 back on top. Doesn't matter. So we're going to just draw. So that would be there. We're on turn 3. We're 1 land ahead. Good. Nothing else I want to do. I want to save things. I want to have protection. So what we do is we have our 4, right? Let's get windswept out there. And what other duel don't I have? I'm missing volcanic. So we are going to get volcanic and throw that out there. All right. So now we have everything there. We have taken 2 hits from our fetches. Right? No, 3 hits from our fetches. Or is it 2? It's 2. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're not actually playing somebody. This is just showing you how it all works. All right. So we would go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We get her out. We have protection. Let's just say we ended up having to use it. So we probably used Tyvar's stand at some point during our, once we said go, somebody's going to try to kill her because they know how bad she can be. And then it's turn 5. And things can happen. Do we have any double strikers in here? I don't see double strike, but we can get a lot going. So let's get the land out. Let's just make sure. This doesn't matter at this point. We're just going to get a basic. I already got my other duels, and I don't need to get the shocks in there. Let's just pretend that's any color because I'm just trying to make this go a little quicker. So we can go 2 life. Look at somebody's hand, draw a card. All right, there's a count. Is that going to be tapped? Yes, it will be tapped, so that won't help me there. This one is a discard and then draw 2 cards, so let's do that. Because we want at least 2. So we're going to leave these 2 here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Take it back! Is there any ramp that we get there? This is going to get me 2 cards, so let's do this. We discard that. We're going to draw 2 cards. Oh, we got a Yavimaya. We already got our land into play, so we're fine there. Get the... Nice, Lowry. All right, so we're still sitting pretty nice. We got still... I just wish we hit a double striker. We're still going to do this. We're going to draw, and we're getting some land there. 2... We could technically cast this if we wanted. And dump this. That's what we would do. So we got our blue, so we're going to go red. We're going to cast this to dump this. So that brings it so we can exile the top 2 cards. 1. Oh, there's double strike. Damn it. We hit double strike finally. That's what I wanted originally. So right now, let's say Storm gets... We attack with Storm. She hits. Then I'm able to cast Maddening Cacophony for just the 2. So that's 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48 mil right here. If we had the double strike out, that's game. That's game right there. You're at what? 40, 80, 96. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here, Adobe. I don't need to work with Adobe right now. So 96 mil is what is the craziest thing with it. Yeah, sorry, Parks. Yeah, the double strike is the key here. Okay, so that's just showing you there because I'm not going to keep running this, but that's a turn 5. Had I hit double strike instead of, my draw right here, had I hit it with any of those other ones, it would have been that game over. All right, so let's do another quick one here. Start there. I did not put Embercleave in the deck. It did eventually get cut. Like I said, I got rid. It does have the double strike, but I'm only attacking with her. I have 8 creatures, so Embercleave doesn't make sense because I'm not going to get that reduction for Embercleave to really do much work there. Ooh, we got Jessica's Will in this. We got our 3 land, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Oh, 5. All right, so we'll throw out one of our surveil lands. Let's look and see here. We don't want lands anymore, so we'll put that there. And we'll go to next turn. Oh, nice. Getting our delighted halfling. Too bad that one wasn't green. I wouldn't want to play Poseidon now, but really we do want that out. So we're going to drop that, get her out. I guess I could have done Monomorphos, but I want to save that for when we're going off here. All right, then we go to the next. Oh man, we got some killers in this deck, or this one right now. So in this, it depends. Lowry, if you're in this game, I'm waiting a turn to get her out because I know she's going to get killed right away. If people are familiar with the deck and they really hate her, I'm not going to put her out just to get killed. You know, we have a protection spell, but let's just get her out because we can get her out right now. And we're not really facing anybody, so we're not doing protection. So, boom, we got her out on turn 3. We got a turn early, which is fantastic. All right, can we set this up? We have a haste there. We have a Jessica. We have Monomorphos. How many? We need 3 for that. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have 2 for that. That's going to give us 2 more mana. That's going to give us 2. So we can really Jessica's Will. But we don't have our mill piece yet. So we really need to kind of start burning through stuff. So I think what I would do here is throw out my Otawara. And I would go Monomorphos to give me 2 more land and draw a card. Ooh, Seething Song on top of it. So we have 2 there again. Eugh. Drop that. Man, oh man. That's a tough one to do here. Okay, so we're going to draw there. I think what we're going to get is... I wish Jessica's Will went longer than just 1 turn because that would be really nice. All right, so we're going to have our 2 triggers. We're going to swing in with our Storm. She's going to hit. We're going to cast Jessica's Will in the second main phase. We're going to get 3 triggers off of that. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Hey, get back out there. So the problem here is I don't have, it's got to be either, yep, colorless or red spells. 1, 2, because I stacked up on, oh, there's one of them. And what does it, it gets exiled, doesn't it? Cards, we play those. Yeah, damn it, we lose one of them. All right. Okay, so we have enough mana. We know we have enough mana to get whatever stuff we want out. So we throw the Swift Boots. We throw it on our Storm. Make sure that she's protected. And this is all for free. We throw this out. So we got to discard a card. We throw a land there. We draw 2 cards. We get 2 treasures. Oh, look, we have more stuff. We cast that. Discard a card. Get 2 cards. 2 more treasure. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me back those up. It's 2 turns back, okay? Just remember that. I was meaning to add treasures right there. So we're still in turn 4. Chandra's isn't going to make sense here. We're going to have to use that as our next one. Is there anything else there that I could cast? Oh, now I have treasures. So I'll use 2 of those treasures. I could have used 2 of those treasures and 2 to get him out. And then every time I cast that spell, I'd get those draws. And then 2 more treasures. Might as well mill. Let's use 1 of those treasures to mill out and 1 of those treasures to go get a land. So now we go get the land. Not mill out. What we're going to do is hit everybody for... Well, maybe we do half. Because we got the kicker there. We use the 2 treasures. Screw that. We don't need that. And we don't need that. We don't need that. We're getting rid of these. These are exiled, by the way. I'm just throwing them there to make it easy. So then you'd mill... half of everybody's library right there. We're on turn 4, remind you. Like, this isn't turn 6. So you'd also draw a card off of casting that, and that would be your turn 4. So, yeah. And now your hand is fully loaded. You have this little guy there that's really going to kick things into full gear. We got to discard some land, and then we move to our turn 5. All right, we got some protection there. We don't have our to mill, but we do have Chandra's here. So that is another alternative way to do this. If we can hit enough things here, Chandra's Ignition is just going to do the trick. Lowry's talking about sniping. Snipe. You're sniping my... Don't snipe her. She's nice. Let's see if we can get to one of the other... It sucks we hit one of the 3 here, but we went through 15 cards there, so that's kind of nice there. Let's drop a land. If we get that out, we're going to get our rebound, so we could set up for next turn on our instant, which would be this. That's, yep, that guy. That's sorcery. That's instant. So we have 3 instant, 4 instants we could use. Yeah, I suppose let's get some draw action going. So let's get them out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get them out. Blue. Serum. What is it? Is it draw first, right? And then scry 2. Scry. Oh, there's a double striker. We want that on the top. This will go to the bottom. Let's put that on the top. Oh, we would have drawn... we would have drawn one of those. What was the first one? The first one was the sniper, actually. Because it would have been draw this, then draw that. Now the second one, Haro, that would have been the other one we would have seen. So that one at the bottom. Okay, so now we have 2. We don't have any way to cast them. And we don't have any other 1-drops besides that. So really we would be trying to set up for next turn. I don't want Calamax in here. No Calamax. So we'd set up for next turn. This would be a complete setup for next turn. I think what I'd do is probably just drop out Monovault maybe. And not even attack. I'd just be like, all right, good. So now we're actually moving to our turn 6. And this would automatically rebound, come back. So we're going to get that effect here. Now, last turn I would have probably planned it out a little better with attacking with this and then cast that, but whatever. So we draw, and then we scry. Can we hit a mill? No, but we hit another double strike. We have one there. Let's keep that one on top. Oh, and you would have drawn. I keep forgetting that. You're still getting that from this, so you'd actually draw off of that. Let's look at one more card. All right, that one goes in the bottom too. All right, so this turn is just kind of nuts, I guess, because you're just filling. So we're 1, 2, 3. Let's give ourselves 5 red right there, right? Then we're going to use 2 of that to give it double strike. We're drawing 2 off of those because you're casting an instant or sorcery. Then I could do it again, or I could cast this for 2 and dig through time. Ooh, the dig through time could be... No, because I want to get the mill part. I want to hit... Oh, we already got our mill. There it is. How did I miss that? So we have our 1, 2, 3. We have our mill. We have 3 extra mana we can use here. Is there anything else I want to cast to hit that? We need the blue, and the blue. And that, so let's see. I don't even play my land yet this turn. Oh, I did. I played my command tower, I believe. No. What does it need, Parks? Tell me what it needs. Did you consider Entis Restoration? More lands. It doesn't need more lands. No more lands. All right, so let's say we get to, let's go to our attacks, right? Remember, she has double strike. We're just going to kind of show the basic part of that. She has the double strike already, so she hits once. Then she hits twice. Now we cast our fun stuff, and we mill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, on average, this mills at least 10 cards, or typically 10 cards. So you're milling 80 cards with these. And let me also remind you, you draw 8 cards because of Archmage Emeritus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's just stupid. It's just silly. All right, let's do one more. Yeah, we're at 35 minutes. We got one more time. One more time to run this through. Restart. Let's get a 3-lander. 1, 2, 3. We got a 4-lander. We don't need more lands. See, Parks? Look at that. We don't need more lands. We are going to surveil. Check it out. Oh, yeah. We want some ramp in there. Let's keep that on top. Let's go to the next turn. Never used the lighted halfling. I forget. Yeah, I like the lighted halfling a lot. Okay, so we want to get our ramp going, and this is going to put it into play. Search your library for a basic land. So let's play our red. We'll cast the 2. Go get a island. Oh, right there. Then we get our 3. Close, shuffle. Boom. Next turn. Let's just throw out a forest there. Should we just say for shits and yeah, let's get her out right away. Boom, she's out. Turn 4. No protection. That's all right. We don't need to protect. All right, so we have a double striker enabler. We have a Kodama. We have a drawer. We have a creature removal in a way. You'll draw no actual lands. You're probably right. So I think in this case, I really need to draw. So I think what I would do is we are going to drop our land. And Kodama is battlefield. 1 in the battlefield. Tapped and 1 into your hand. So 1, 2, 3. The double strike isn't going to help me here. So really I can't set up to go crazy. So we're going to set up to ramp a little bit faster. So I think what I would do in this is go 1, 2. I do my double strike. Oh, there is a draw on that one. Ooh, heroic intervention. Nice. Swing in with her. Then I would cast my Kodama's Reach with a double trigger. So we are going to get... Oh, it's going to be hard to see all this. Island. We'll put that into play tapped. We'll put 1 into our hand. We have a lot of mountains, so then we're going to get forest. That into play tapped. That into my hand. And that would be our turn. Okay. So that's a turn 4. Not bad. Not bad. Turn 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands in play. We got a bunch of lands in hand. We move to the next turn. Ooh, we got some discard fodder here. We can get rid of this. We still haven't hit our stuff, so we're going to go red, red, green, green, discard, draw 2 cards, get 2 treasures. Ooh, nice to have that. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could get him out, but we want our triggers to happen here. So I think what I might do with this is go green, red. I cast that. I forgot I had 2 treasures there. I'm going to back that up. We're going to do the green, red, and 4. And we're going to cast the Storm Kiln. And then we'd swing in with her now that we don't have double strike on her anymore. So it's just the 1 hit. And I think did I get that on that last one? Whatever. The games are mixing together. We would use one of those treasures. I determined this is making the treasures, is using the treasures. One of those treasures to use this. By doing that, we get a treasure, a treasure, and a treasure, because it's going to do it 3 times. So we're getting 3 treasures because of Storm Kiln. 1, 2, 3. And then we also get to do this 3 times. So we're going to draw, scry 2. I'm going to put both of those on the bottom. Draw, scry 2. Both of those on the bottom. Come on. And draw, scry 2. Oh, that'd be nice to have there. Oh, that's going to add to our... We're going to put that there. No. We want to... Oh, that will help. Okay. So that would probably be the end of turn. We have 4 treasures to use there, but we want to stack up for next turn. So these would go there. Next turn, we are at a turn 6. I am just going to throw this out there. And just grab any land. Really doesn't matter. Grab that. Okay. So let's see if we can actually get to a point of hitting some stuff. So we could do the Mox there. We can do a Brainstorm, which will give us a treasure. Brainstorm. Hit the like button. Thank you, Lowry. That is a good point. Hit that like button. Brainstorm. We're going to draw 3. 1, 2. This is going to be the last. Oh, Jessica's. This is where we're going to go off of getting a bunch of stuff here. So 1, 2 here. Why didn't I get that one? Oh, because I went and fetched. I was like, why wasn't my guy on there? So we go 1, 2, use this to put a counter, and she's fighting and all that stuff. Then we're going to go 1, 2. Let's get the boots out. We'd throw the boots on her just to protect a little bit more. We need to save 3 for Jessica. So 1, 2, 3. Well, we did cast this, so we did get another treasure. We do have protection from heroic. We could get rid of some people's stuff. And March of the Swirling Mist. We get another treasure. Then we go into our attacks, right? We hit. We cast our Jessica's for 1, 2, and one of our treasures. And Jessica's is going to trigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because we cast this 5 times, which also makes 5 more treasures. And an unlimited amount of red land. And you're going to do 5 times the 3? Yeah, so you're going to do 15 cards off the top of your library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 15 cards. So let's just look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Boom, we could go into this and hit even more cards. We can cast this. We basically unload until you get down to your mill. The 1 mill, one of the 3 mill pieces in here. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, glass cannon, you take out her and you're kind of in trouble. So that's where I'm like, I might add in more protection at some point with the spells. And it depends on the game. I might not be as aggressive of getting her out. It might be more focused on the ramp part, making sure I have protection of her. But as you can see right here, it's not like, I don't know. It's not CDH where it's just like the game is over. But I mean, I'm finding cards. I'm drawing a crap ton of cards here. So this is gonna be interesting. So and what I'm trying to do, just so you know, with the landfall part of it, I'm trying to make it more of a slower game, but still crazy. This one is a turn 5 to 7 win, whereas the landfall one is going to be maybe a turn 8 to 10 win. So it kind of depends on how you run with it here. So yeah, Legolas is quick reflexes. That's in the other one. I only chose ones that got me the indestructible and the hexproof are the spell-slinging. So you can check out the deck list below. I have that in there, so you can check that out just so you can see what's all in there. But all right, gang, I think, yep, that's over my time. I kind of wanted to keep this under 40, but whatever, we're under 45, so that should work out. That should do it, gang. Like Larry said, please hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. All right, that should do it. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Suck up. Hey gang, the best way to support the CommanderSmiths is to make sure you slap that like button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our online store, CommanderSmiths.com, where we have metal tokens, mugs, t-shirts, playmats, and more.